Welcome back to MFO, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. I'm pretty excited. It's Friday before the 4th of July week. Got a week off of school and gonna spend some time up in Wisconsin. Just Megan and I kind of enjoying Wisconsin and the boat and being up there. So I'm looking forward to it. I'm also looking forward to this virtual bass tournament that starts on July 1st. So if you haven't, absolutely make sure that you get your registration. And I'm going to put a link to the video that we talked about it in this video. So if you're not clear on where to go back to find it, you can just go to the link that I put in the description of this video to find out more information. But you have to be registered before July 1st if you want to get in on this virtual bass tournament. So guys, what we're going to talk about today, and I think this is a very easy, simple tip, but I'm betting that there will be some of you guys that this week, you're probably going to go out fishing, maybe this weekend, maybe during the 4th of July weekend, and you're going to go, man, if I remember what Mark said, and it's going to help you in the next couple of weeks. So stick around, and I'm going to share this very simple tip, but one that's going to help you catch more fish. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Mark Fisher Outdoors, everybody. I'm Mark Fisher. So this, and guys, when I say this, this is something that I constantly have to remind myself to do because, and I don't know what it is. I don't know whether I've just gotten into bad habits or, but so here's the thing. I'm just going to paint a picture here. I'm Saturday morning. I'm just out fun fishing and I'm making a cast and boom, I catch fish. Cool. Nice job. Weigh the fish. Awesome. Put them back, get on the trolling motor and start fishing again. Just keep working down that bank. I made a mistake there. Because what you want to do when you catch a fish, you have to remember that, number one, fish have a tendency to school together, to be together. There may not be 50 of them on that pier post that you just caught a fish, but it's very possible that there's more than one there. Okay, so that's number one. And number two, you have no idea. We as humans, we get into this situation where we think we got a pattern of what we're seeing. We see something and we make tons of assumptions. Oh, I just caught him off that pier post. That could be it. Okay, so what do? I throw to another pier post. Well, that particular pier post might have a rock pile underneath it, or it might be right on the break. I've talked about this in tons of other videos where that particular pier post is where the water breaks from 4 feet of water to 8 feet of water, and that's the first pier post that goes into the deeper water. There could be a ton of things that we don't know because we can't see it. So the first thing is, don't leave that spot that you just caught a fish. Throw back in there again, throw back around there, and see if there aren't more than one fish hanging out. You would be surprised at how many times you can catch multiple fish off of a certain area. The story that I have about this is, I was throwing a frog at one point. There was a hole, and that hole wasn't bigger than a manhole cover. Just worked the frog over. As soon as it got to that hole, boom, I got blown up on, caught a nice 2.5, 3 pound bass. Started working down the rest of the mat and said, wait a minute, that I forgot my advice to myself here. Went back to that hole, threw to that hole, boom, caught another one immediately. About the same size. Now, was that the same fish or a different fish? I'm gonna throw again. Boom, boom, boom. Boom. I caught 6 fish out of that same hole that was the man. Every time I got to the hole, another one would explode up out of it. And when I'm saying hole, I'm talking about a hole in the grass mat. Later on, a different day, I went back and checked that out. Well, sure enough, there was a rock pile in that. So those fish were hanging on the outside of that rock pile where all those weeds were matted up to the surface. There were a ton of fish hanging around that rock pile. Guys, the point is, I'd have gone through and got one fish. Great. Now let's go fish the rest of this grass flat. I didn't know what was there. And had I just done what we all kind of have a tendency to do, which is catch one and keep working on the bank, you need to, when you catch a fish, you need to stop, fish that area, see what else is there, see what you can pick up in terms of not only a pattern as you move down, but by all means, don't leave fish to go find the next set of fish that you're only going to catch one and then leave again. You may be leaving 5 fish here to go find another 5 fish that you're only going to catch one of, and then you're going to go. You're not being efficient. So that's what. Just keep this in mind as you're fishing this weekend and see if it doesn't pay off for you. I'd absolutely like to hear your opinions on this and your experiences too. If you've had experiences where this is proven to be the case, share that with us in the comments. Guys, I hope you have a great weekend. We've got a lot coming up in the following week, so stick around. We'll be putting out a lot of content for you as we lead up to 4th of July. Have a great weekend. Be safe out there, and we will see you on Monday. Take care, everybody.